work really hard to plant seeds and raise healthy transplants, you don't want your young plants ravaged as soon as you put them in the garden. Unfortunately, that's what this bugger does. Cutworms. They get their nickname because they are known for cutting off young seedlings at the stem. Just like a lumberjack, they chop down your babies. Cutworms aren't worms, they're caterpillars, just like when we talked about cabbage worms. They are essentially baby moths. They are typically brown or gray in color. Some species have stripes or spots, and they get to be about 2 inches long when fully grown. One way to recognize them is that they will curl up in a ball when disturbed. This one is the larvae of the large yellow underwing moth, an invasive species from Europe. The parent moth is typically a brown triangular shape. Moths mate and lay eggs from early spring to late summer, which makes them a consistent problem. Females can lay hundreds of eggs each season. You may see them alone or in small clusters. There can be 3 generations each season. Feel free to squish the eggs. Young larvae like this black cutworm feed on leaves or small roots until they reach about 1/2 inch long. At that size, they are long enough to wrap their bodies around a seedling stem and cut it down at soil level. Cutworms come out at night to feed and hide in plant debris or soil during the day. It's not uncommon to wake up and see down transplants and no larvae. Hi, I'm Amy, Master Gardener, retired science teacher, and wildlife rehabilitator. I talk about organic gardening and wildlife conservation. Stay tuned as I establish a new garden space this spring. So, our first step is to monitor our garden, especially newly planted transplants and emerging seedlings. Look for caterpillar poop. This is loper poop, but typically caterpillar poop is small black dry droppings. Cutworms will leave droppings on top of the soil. They typically live in the top couple inches. You might see them when you are preparing to plant. Pop them into a jar of soapy water or feed them to the birds. Tilling garden areas in spring can expose overwintering bugs. Let your neighborhood songbirds gobble them up. I have a video on attracting bluebirds, which feed hundreds of caterpillars to their young. Other birds that specifically will eat cutworms are cardinals and sparrows. Toads are also great garden friends. And surprisingly, another friend of the garden is bats, who readily eat moths as well as mosquitoes. If you're preparing your garden for plants and have chickens, you can let your hens do some garden patrol before planting. But don't let your chickens around your seedlings as they will dig them up. If you have an issue with cutworms, you can plant seedlings in paper tubes or jiffy pots. The paper protects the young seedlings. You can also slide the paper roll over the seedling while planting. Just make sure to push that paper roll down about 3 inches into the soil and have at least a couple of inches above the soil. I like jiffy pots and they do protect from cutworms, but they don't dissolve as quickly as you may want. So make sure you remove the bottom of the jiffy pot before planting out so the roots can get through and grow down. People have also used tin cans with the ends cut out or aluminum foil around the base of plants. I have never done either of these things and imagine them to be kind of messy and wasteful, but if you only have a couple of plants, it may be a good way to recycle. Let me know in the comments if you have used this strategy. Diatomaceous earth is a great product that will help protect plants from young caterpillars. DE is tiny fossilized skeletons of ancient aquatic diatoms that feel like flour to you, but like sharp spikes to the invertebrates. It works very well on slugs, and I have a popular video on getting rid of them from your garden. Diatomaceous earth can be placed on dry soil around plants or sprinkled on the leaves themselves. One big downside to diatomaceous earth is that it does not discriminate. It can harm butterfly and bee populations as well. So use with caution and never on flowering plants. Keep your garden weed free as cutworms will use them as shelter. You can also spray plant stems with an organic pesticide. I like Monterey insect spray, which is based on spinosad. Also good, but a little bit more expensive, is Dipel. It is a BT product and harmless to beneficial insects. Check out my playlist on organic pest control. Let me know what other garden pests or helpers you would like me to cover. Thanks for watching, and I hope you stay warm. It's minus 13 where I am today.